As a hiker and backpacker, the best part of living along the Wasatch Front is the easy access to the beautiful trails, which crawl up the canyons into vibrant views, stunning scenery, and outrageous overlooks. For day hiking, overnight backpacking, fishing, or wildlife viewing, Lake Blanche is a challenging but rewarding trail, which climbs up out of Big Cottonwood Canyon from the Mill B South Fork trailhead.
So this is actually my first time hiking this trail, and I loved just the butt kicking going uphill. I mean, it really is like pretty relentless all 3 miles, but it just feels good. And then the scenery, this hike was worth it for the scenery. Like, it was crazy up there. So just the surroundings of the lake, some really cool rock fields, and then just a really easy trail because I tend to get lost. So this trail is really hard to get lost on. So I appreciate that.
Between 1905 and 1934, the Brown and Sanford Irrigation Company constructed dams to increase the reservoir capacity, creating a spillway which led from Lake Blanche to Lake Florence to Lake Lillian and then down the canyon. In 1972, it was decided that the surplus water in the reservoirs was no longer needed, so the dams were breached, allowing the water to flow freely.
So I love to hike. I had kids, but once they get into school, I can do the hard hikes that they might not necessarily want to do this hike because it is about 3 miles up and a couple thousand feet elevation gains.
Its incredible geology is what sets Utah apart from the rest of the country. No matter what part of the state you find yourself in, you'll see some really cool rocks. 10 to 30,000 years ago, a lot of the high mountains in Utah were covered in glaciers, and Lake Blanche is definitely one of them. You'll see direct evidence with what they call glacial striations. You can see all these parallel lines moving in the direction that the ice moved because it scraped rocks against this hard surface. And since this doesn't erode very easily, it stays here for a long time. It's very cool. The rugged peaks of Sundial, Monte Cristo, Dromedary, and Pfeifferhorn surround the relatively small lakes within the Twin Peaks Wilderness area. The fact that these lakes are part of the Salt Lake City watershed means that no dogs, no swimming, and no campfires are permitted. And just like anywhere else, wherever you hike or camp, be sure to practice leave no trace techniques. If you pack it in, pack it out.
Once we got up top, yeah, I loved it. It was really incredible, the surrounding, like the backdrop, and just the peaks in the background are just really incredible. And then you can go around and see the other 2 lakes. And the rocks are great. They're so big and flat, just slabs of rock. It looked like great camping spots up there. That would be a really fun thing to do sometime. So yeah, I would like to go again.
Sundial Peak dominates the backdrop of Lake Blanche, and while it is possible to summit, it is a very dangerous and technical route, which involves a lot of scrambling and no fear of heights.
I think everyone should come up the trail. If you're pretty fit, it's about 7 miles round trip, but if I can do it, anyone could do it, right?